जिसको जो करना है वो उनके ऊपर है, कोई जबरदस्ती किसी के ऊपर किया नहीं है. If they want to take that path, they used to take the path. If it is a female oriented movie, then even if the budget is less, we used to say yes. And if it is a glamour, just 4 scenes or 4 gana hai, then we used to hike up. I would strongly support my industry in that matter. Akshay was very calm in the beginning, and later our understanding was fabulous. But there's also one of the reason why we all have taken a step back is because once you're married, once you have a kid, then the characters who's played main leads. So we used to get only like bhabhi, behan, like shaadi ho gaya, bacche ho gaya. So that kind of, and who don't wanted to do, at least I don't wanted to do that.
This is Nawaz Kochra joining you on Indian Express, and I welcome you to yet another episode of Dear Me. With us today is somebody very special. She's lived a journey, a very fabulous one, a very glamorous one, and across industries. She has been around for more than 3.5 decades, and she's explored various mediums, seen the industry change and whatnot. So welcoming amongst us, Shanthi Priya.
Thank you very much, and that was a fabulous intro. Thank you.
Absolutely. But tell me, how are you?
I'm fine, as ever.
Amazing. Yes. You know, when I say more than 3.5 decades, सुनकर कैसे लगता है?
बहुत आश्चर्य लगा मुझे, ऐसा 3.5 decade लगा, because usually we hear in the industry is 10 साल हो गया, 20 साल हो गया, 25 साल, 30. So this is the first time somebody has addressed me as decade. So I'm like, okay, it's that.
But you know, there's been a very rich journey. I am sure memories का तो पिटारा होगा, experiences का तो पिटारा होगा. But you know, what is it that has kept you going in all these years?
Wow. The spirit in me that I want to work again, and now I want to live my life, which I always have been telling, and I have told a couple of my friends also that I have lived always for others, and this is the journey which I have decided to live for myself. Wow. So that's what made me come back again. And with this beautiful content out over there in this industry, which is the new generation has come out with beautiful contents available for any age group. So that's the reason.
Also, you know, let us go a little back in time. 1987, there's Shanthi Priya who started her journey. What was she like? What were her dreams? What were her ambitions?
That time I never had ambitions. Like, I was in school studying. Okay. And I used to go with my sister for shootings in the summer vacation. And my thing was like that, even when I used to accompany her also, I never thought I'll become an actor. Okay. Because I wanted to become a lawyer. Actually, I wanted to become a lawyer, or I loved traveling, or a hair hostess. These were my 2 goals. Not goals like bachpan mein dekhte na ye banenge, wo doctor, ye wo. So these were my 2 things that I will become something in this. So gradually when I started seeing my sister glamour, the name and fame and everything, so then I said, why not? And fortunately, I had this offer from Gange Amaran sir for Engavur Patakaran, which exactly the character suited my age, the age what I was that time. And they came and asked my mom, and mom first said no. And then later I tried to convince her, and then she said, okay, सिर्फ एक ही पिक्चर से पढ़ाई करो बाद में. मैं ठीक है चलो पक्का कर लूँगी. So that's how I started.
And that's how it all began.
So I never looked back on the padai.
Wow.
So just looked on the screen. Yes.
Amazing. But you know, at that time, a young girl in, you know, what was known as a very male-dominated industry, what were the challenges you faced?
See, I'll tell you one thing. When we talk about male dominating and now female feminism, this is too much of things going on. Actually, when we worked also, we never thought of it, you know. Okay. It is a male dominating industry. So we have to survive and we have to pass through our ways. Right. Because जिसको जो करना है वो उनके ऊपर है. कोई जबरदस्ती किसी के ऊपर किया नहीं है.
Okay.
If they want to take that path, they used to take the path. If people don't want to take any other path, they never used to. Like if they believe in themselves, like me and my sister, we believed in ourselves. Like our talent spoke for us, our discipline spoke for us. So we never went any shortcut way. We did our way. We did what we want to do. So there, we have never come across any male dominated industry and all. But yes, hero. We always believed down south or there that time, like we can tell it is like the director was always been called as a captain of the ship. That was the importance given.
Right.
Like, ठीक है sir जो बोलेंगे हम लोग करेंगे. So then after that the hero, then the heroine.
Yes.
So we never bifurcated those, you know, like आजकल कितना इतना difference है, because we know, because that time the movies were made in hero oriented movies.
Yes.
Because they used to pull the crowd. Like if you see Sridevi ji also has done Sadma. So she pulled the crowd. So then she was dominating over there. So there was movies like that. Vaijayanti Mala ji did so many couple. So it was balanced. Like now it has become like nahi male hai, female hai, feminism hai. So no.
You know, the reference for this question actually came from, so हमने Dirty Picture में, which is a little based on the South
yes, little
industry,
nahi,
Thalai.
Yeah.
We've seen, you know, there, you know, when an actor walks onto the set, everybody is like standing, but a heroine is like replaceable. So, you know, my question was reference from that, you know, was that actually the scene?
See, like Jayalalitha ji has ruled the industry. Like equally that time, Shivaji Ganeshan was there. So they were female artist also who has, like she used to dictate her terms, like I need this, her water. What I heard when we came in the industry, like she used to only have Bisleri waters.
Okay.
Then she used to fully tape her feet. So there were so many incidents which we heard also. There were mixed things of male and females, you know. But yes, predominantly female were more of them. Yes.
And how was the equation between the actresses back then? In the South industry specifically?
South industry back then, basically we never used to have time for us
Achha.
to meet or chat. And like now the girls are very smart, very clever. Ek picture ho gaya, फिर they take a break, they go for a holiday and then start. But that time we used to live in our suitcases. We used like ek schedule khatam ho gaya, 10-15 din ka. Then again, okay, the tickets are ready at home. You need to take this train or that flight, and we used to go like that. You know, it was never. But yeah, on the sets, if there are two heroines, because my movies, most of the movies down Telugu, I have done two movies, two heroines movie. So when we had to interact, we used to interact, but ज़्यादा बात नहीं करते थे, because we used to be in our own zone, you know. Like, because that time we used to be in our own zone is not because we don't want to talk, because we used to do everything on our own, like designing for ourselves. Character ko kaisa दिखना चाहिए, and we, especially me and my sister, we used to do our own makeup. Even now I do my own makeup. So it is like, ये character को बाल कैसा बनाना चाहिए, क्या mannerism क्या रखें. So everything we used to think as an artist. We never had anybody thinking or doing for us. So we used to be busy in that aspect. So time मिलता ही नहीं है, parties में गया, ये किया, वो किया.
When it comes to, you know, films, was there a liberty to also, you know, say no or choose the project you wanted to do back then?
Of course. Yes. See, I'll tell you very frankly, if it is a female-oriented movie, then even if the budget is less, we used to say yes. And if it is a glamour, just 4 scenes or 4 gana hai, then we used to hike up price. And we used to tell. And if the director thinks, yes, we want her or him, they used to pay us. So it used to go in that difference.
Okay.
So it is like, कहानी में कुछ दम है हमारे लिए. Then even whatever we are charging, we don't want to let go of the movie to go for another artist. So we used to reduce. If they used to say नहीं ज़्यादा है price, then we said ठीक है चलो negotiate, कम कर लेंगे.
आपने कभी कम किया हो?
Of course, I have done my Telugu movies and all. Yes.
Wow. Also, you know, right now with this Hema Committee and, you know, all these allegations coming on the South industry, somebody, you know, who's predominantly worked in that industry, I want to know your take on the matter.
See, I truly believe because we are in a glamour industry, this is coming out of proportion. This is everywhere, even in my office, even in corporate, everywhere, even जो housekeeping में, सब जगह ये है जो बोलते नहीं है बाहर आते नहीं है. Just because we are in a glamour industry, it is just coming out. But बाहर आके क्या फायदा है? It is only till that storm is strong enough to this, then after 1-2 साल के बाद ठंडा पड़ जाता है, कोई कुछ करते नहीं है उसका. This is there everywhere. I truly believe in that. But then it depends on how and what you want to do or you don't want to do. Nobody has forced you to do.
Yes.
Nobody has forced you to do that. I would strongly support my industry in that matter. Nobody has forced you to do what. It is up to you. You decide whether you want to take that path or you want to take this path.
Okay.
Yes.
But sometimes I feel that it is very easy to demonize somebody. And सबका एक अपना story होता है, एक personal journey होता है. Pardon me if, I cross a line here, but have you ever faced anything like this?
No. Bless, touch wood. No. Because we have set up principles, because my sister was first who's come in this industry, because we have no background or film industry.
Right.
So my sister has been a classical dancer and she's been picked up from a stage performance when Bharati Raja down south, one of the biggest directors, saw her and offered the movie for her. And then when she used to go, as a family, we sacrificed, me and my brother sacrificed, because mom used to accompany my sister everywhere. So she was like a rock pillar behind my sister. So nobody were able to fool around her anything. So basically the industry by that time know that okay, inke paas dal
nahi galegi.
So for me the path was very easy.
Wow.
So I just never faced anything like that.
Also, sometime back I was reading this post online which said that Bhanupriya ji was so big in the South industry, she was such a popular name, that there was a lot of rivalry, when it came to other actresses. Especially people thought she was one of the biggest rivals to Sridevi ji.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
And in that post only I was reading that kahin na kahin, that rivalry also spilled on to you. When it came to actresses were also jealous of you.
Yeah, this I don't know actually.
Okay.
But yes, my sister has faced that a lot, because I'm really proud to tell that I'm Bhanupriya's sister. And down south or anywhere, even in Bollywood or Indian film industry, I truly believe it is called as Indian film industry instead of bifurcating the language. So she has proved herself multi ways, like as a artist, like an actress, as a dancer, and even even if it is like 3 pages of dialogue, everywhere you can actually, they used to even compare her with Shivaji Ganeshan sir.
Okay.
Like, because he's known for pages and pages of dialogue. And that is how they compared her also, like Bhanupriya, oh, give her 5 pages, just give her 10-15 minutes and she's just like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So she had a tough competition that time. And when she came to Hindi industry also, she went through a lot. And there were certain journalists or some media people which have tried to cover her in another aspect and all. So, but then later she was not much happy, because that time in the 90s there were a lot of shifts and 80s and shifts and all. So then she was not much happy with that shift away, because she was feeling like, I'm coming here, I'm busy over there, and there people want me, wasting time here sitting in the hotel room and just waiting. So this is not my cup of tea. And she just did a couple of movies, which was, all the movies were super duper hit.
Right.
And then she said, no, I would rather continue down south. Yeah.
Wow. And how was your brush in Bollywood? Like, 1991 Saugandh happened.
Yes.
And how was, how did that happen? And, how was that experience?
See, I just randomly, I just got a call from Joshi ji. Joshi ji is the secretary of Shakti Kapoor.
Yes.
and where he was even seeing my sister in Bollywood. So he called me and said that your sister has done Vishwamitra, because I played Menaka in that. So will she be interested in doing Hindi movies? Then I said, yes, of course, why not? Because I always had the attraction for Hindi when I used to come for Bhabhi with my sister. I used to sit that time also in the shoots and all. And I'm like, oh, Bombay and all that, So then when Joshi ji called up and asked, like, Raj Sippy ji is the director and Keshu Ramse is the producer. And it's a new boy, and will you be interested? Then my mom asked me, will we be interested? I said, yes, language is not a thing for me. And that's one thing we were always very broad in thinking, like we have done television, we have done movies. So I was like multi-language and all, you know. So then I said, yes, of course. So can you all narrate the story? And once they narrated me the story, it was like, then they said, no, you're already known name in down south, but this is your first movie, but the boy is first. Will you do? I said, yes, of course, because even when I did, and all my movies, wherever I have done, there were new boys. Even down south Telugu movie, when I did, Jagpati Babu was the hero, and I did a movie with him. He was new, and already I have done 2-3 movies. But Tamil movie, when I did, we both were newcomers. So I said, when I did as a newcomer, nobody has objected me. So why not? Of course I will. So then I heard the story, and I said, I cannot ask a better movie and a story like this. So I said yes, and that's how I started doing it.
And how was working on that movie? How was the new, just freshly entered into the industry, Akshay Kumar, that time?
Akshay was very calm in the beginning, and later our understanding was fabulous, because he's also a sports person, and I'm also from childhood totally into sports, health and all that freak. So yeah, so only thing, he used to get little nervous because I'm a dancer and he's non-dancer in the beginning, but now I think he's fabulous. So yes, we had that, and I've learned from him some action sequence, because I had a lot of action sequence in this movie, which I have to do it.
Yes.
So he helped me out in that. And otherwise, we had a beautiful understanding as a co-stars, and yes, we did beautiful, yes. It was actually Daduji who has actually brought the whole thing together. As nowhere, even I felt that I'm already a star over down south, and this is like, okay, we both were like newcomers. We learned everything from scratch, how we have to work. The timings are different. Like down south, the timing is different, and Hindi is done. So all that, Daduji, the credit goes to him.
Right. You know, I was watching another interview of yours where, you know, you mentioned that he made some fun of your skin color or something and you felt bad about it.
Yes, absolutely. It was Ekka Pe Ekka time. We just were doing some scenes, and then he just was cracking a joke as usual, Akshay. And then for me, it was like, was it serious or was it fun? So it was like that. And then my mom tried to balance it, and then she said, work on yourself. That's all. She just made it very like, okay, don't give it, because my mom is a single parent, and we truly believed that whatever we are today, the credit goes to her. So she always used to like, never go to anybody. Work on yourself if you have something fault in you, or stand on your principles. Don't bend yourself for anything. So certain ground principles which is drilled in ourselves, so we have that. So that's how she also told me, it's okay. You gave him a chance to make fun, so work on yourself. I said, yeah, okay. So that's how.
But ever faced any discrimination on when it came to, you know, the way you looked or something like that in the industry?
No.
Never?
No. Only while working with the cameraman, they used to tell, they used to call up and tell, thoda sa light bright kar dena ko, because with your co-stars, it's not matching, your skin tone is not matching. So that's all. Otherwise, no, not much.
So, you know, today the industry is in a space where, you know, pan-India movies and, you know, pan-India films, and that bifurcation is gone away. But I want to understand that, you know, back when you entered into Bollywood in 1990s, I'm talking about, us time par, you know, for an actress who was predominantly coming from the South cinema, breaking into Bollywood was easy that time?
I think those grounds were been already broken by Vaijantimala,
Okay.
Rahman ji, and then Sridevi ji, Jayaprada. So I think they used to go for South Indian actresses.
Okay.
That's what I feel the Bollywood used to go. Like how, like down south, most of the girls used to come for the glamour thing from the Bollywood.
Yes.
So for us, most of the girls were picked up from south to Bollywood. So yes, so I don't think so. Yeah.
Also, you know, you've had quite a amazing journey on television also.
Yes, yes.
And I remember you played Vaishno Devi's
Yes,
role.
yes, yes.
So, you know, when you play a character, a goddess character, how is it different? You know,
It
from
is
a
a
fictional.
lot of difference. For me, at least, yes, it's a lot of difference. Because the moment I have signed, the day I signed the contract, I just left the non-veg.
Okay.
I left the non-veg, and till I finished the serial, I think it took 5 years or 3 years, 3 to 4 years, something. So I was totally off non-veg, and certain times I used to tell them that these 4 days I don't want to work, or these 5 days I don't want to work. So when the shootings were that time, and they used to cooperate with me, and yeah, I at least went into the character because I really missed that Durga character. It was a very strong, powerful character.
But any specific reason that, you know, you also have to take these precautions at your end?
No, it is each
Acha,
individual. I
Okay.
did, because I've seen my sister doing also, because
Oh,
she's also
acha.
done a lot of mythos. When people start seeing you in that way, you know,
Yes.
automatically you feel that power in you. I felt that. I felt when I was doing that character, when you put that mukut and trishul and all, it is really very strong character.
You know, because these shows have a very, you know, different fan base, very crazy fan base, what was the kind of feedback you would get, you know, probably with people who knew that you were the person who was
No,
playing the
that
character?
too, they were like mind-blowing.
Okay.
It was amazing, because whenever I used to go also, they used to address me like Ma Vaishno Devi and
Okay.
all, you know. And then later I started getting that kind of thing, because the impact and the presence I have put out over there. So I started getting that kind, because I took a step back. I said, no, I don't want it to, because our industry has that kind of that labeling once you do such
Yes,
a thing, you know.
absolutely.
So I don't want to get into that. So I said, no, I don't want to. Whichever comes, which I like, then if that has an impact, it's just not for 1 episode and 2 episodes. Because whatever I believed is like whatever movies I've done also, I don't try to repeat my characters. I just like to leave an impact about one character, whatever I do. If the second movie comes with beautiful thing of same kind of role, I don't think so. I'll think twice.
Okay.
If it is a big production house, and if it is a big director which I'm desperate and working, then I might consider. If not, then I don't try to repeat my roles.
Okay. Also, you know, TV में क्या होता है usually, like you mentioned, the labeling aspect. उस time पर, you know, in that era where, you know, shows like these were mythological shows were made, it was very common, very prominent.
Yes.
So, you know, how did you manage to break out of that?
See, that's one plus point which I think I had is when I started my movies, suddenly from peak, both we sisters were in peak, we got Vishwamitra.
Yes.
For Doordarshan. Nobody has done that time. So we went to television also. It's not that from television we became the movie star. From movies we went to television. I think we'll be the few of the actors which we did in a peak period. And after that, I got Saugandh. My movies were flowing. Saugandh, Mera Sajna Saath Nibhana, Phool Aur Anga, Rekka Pekka, Meherban. So there was nowhere they have said, "Arey television kar diya, wo bhi maito kar diya, abhi movies mein nahi, wo chap la." But actually, because I was so good in Shakuntala, I started getting beautiful glamour roles. And after doing these movies, and I took a step back, then I did Aryaman. That's again some kind of this television thing again. Yes. Yeah, that is totally a different story, like spaceships and all that.
I remember that.
Yes, with Mukesh Khanna. And then I did Mata Ki Chauki again. But actually, I was off movies and off television, and randomly a casting person called me and said, "Ma'am, there's a movie, Vaishno Devi's television. Would you do television ke liye?" I said, yes, I'll do. Just narrate it. Is it a maito? What I liked in the story is it is just not a maito. The mata will come as a social life, in social life also. So she will take different routes, and she'll come like a common girl of 30 years. Then she comes like a 75, because I played a 75 years old lady also. So that attracted me.
Right.
So I did this. Then after this, then again I did OTT Dharavi Bang. So I have never got that sidelined like
Yes.
television actress, movie actress, or maito ka character karti hai, sirf maito karti hai. Touch wood, I've been blessed. I think, yeah.
But Bollywood में उस time पर how was your equation with the contemporaries?
Contemporaries. That time in the 90s?
Yeah, in the 90s, like if I'm not wrong, the second movie Mera Sajna
Saath
Nibhana
yes.
was Juhi Chawla was
Juhi,
also in that
yes,
film.
Yes.
So
Juhi.
how was the working equation like?
See, I and Juhi has never come across.
Okay.
Our scenes were never like that. Only in Ooty, when we were doing, even she had songs in that movie, and even I had songs in the movie. So we used to be in the same floor and all. So we used to just like, hi, hello, that's all. So we never, like being a South Indian or she's a thing, so we never interacted much, That's what I said. No, we never had actually time for interacting, sitting and chatting. Nahi to, though artists, heroines have gone for a holiday. You must have never heard these things.
Yeah, because that is very prominent in these.
Never. Now the girls or the generation has really planning their shift. एक मूवी खत्म हो गया, ब्रेक ले लो फैमिली के साथ, नहीं तो बाहर जाओ, घूमो, हॉलीडे, फिर वापस आओ, नरेशन में सो फाइल ले लो, बैठो. It's all that is happening. Our time it was not like that.
But back to back shoot करने में कभी burnout नहीं होता था?
मजा आता था.
Yeah.
बहुत मजा आता था. बहुत. Actually, we enjoyed. I enjoyed.
But how would the switching from one character into another work then?
That's why we are called actors, right?
Yes.
So we were not being trained. We were I'm just a dancer, and whoever is not a dancer also are like, you take Rajnikant ji. He's not a dancer, or he's just somebody who has done so many movies and so many different characters. That is what I'm telling you. You don't need a workshop, or you don't need anything. I truly believe it comes within you. You just read your story, know your character, just imagine what you want to, and there is always a director who can guide you what he wants from you.
Right.
This is how we, the 80s and the 90s, truly believed it. We never had table reading. We never had bounded script. Our scenes used to come garam on the spot. अगर कुछ changes or dialogue change करना है तो तभी का तभी writer को बुलाओ, टक dialogue writer को बुलाओ, immediately change.
But remembering was also very...
we never used to be given time. Max to max 5-10 minutes. We used to coordinate and we discuss, and that's all.
Wow.
Max to agar jami nahi rahe artist ko, then they used to prompt or board lagate the. That also, if the director agrees. If the director doesn't agree, then the artists have to mug up. And
you had to improv also in that moment only.
Yes. नहीं है तो मैक्स टू मैक्स वो क्या करते हैं, हाँ चेंज कर लो, सी टाइम दे दो. होता नहीं है, बिकॉज उनका उस दिन का जो प्लान सीन्स होता ही है उनका.
A lot of actors and artists today believe that it is the best time to be an actor in this day and age. I want to understand, how do you perceive the industry today?
Beautifully, because I would like to give again the credit to this generation, the way the mind thinks about creating the characters and the storyline, and one more thing, nice and beautifully, I would like to tell one thing about which you have to ask me previously also. The male dominated, female, that's not there anymore. Now the main, if you say who's the hero, or what is the strength of the thing, is, I will say, the story, the content. So that actually, I think, is giving our 80s and 90s artists to come back and motivating us, because there's also one of the reason why we all have taken a step back, is because once you're married, once you have a kid, then the characters and who's played main leads, So we used to get only like bhabhi, behan, like shadi ho gaya, bacche ho gaya. So that kind of, and who don't wanted to do, at least I don't wanted to do that.
Right.
And I had another priorities also. So then I like, okay, so whatever, even when after marriage also, whatever I have done is like Vaishnu Devi, that was a strong impact character. Even Aryaman, that is the main lead. So I have done all like that only. So I was never convinced to like bhabhi ka, just like a prop ke jaisa piche khada rehna. I don't wanted to do that.
Right.
I truly believed, and like even in 2.5 hours movie or 1.5 hour movie, even if you just come for half an hour, 45 minutes, when you leave out of the theater, the character has to speak. That's what I truly believed, and that is there right now.
You know, I never understood the idea behind this, that why was there a concept of shelf life only for actresses? Like a particular actor, after she got married, unhe ek certain kind of roles only came.
That I also don't know why. Because pata nahi. By the time, I think because she's married, actually even now also that is there. The men are like married, but still they do the main leads and all. But females also started doing the thing. But that I think there were only 4 or 5 heroes. That is how it used to come. And once, I really don't know. I don't have any answer for that.
On the personal front, you know, I want to know that you lost your husband at a very young age.
Yes.
How difficult was that time?
Personally, if you ask me, as an individual, it was very difficult. But with the Almighty, with my parents supporting me, standing like a pillar next to me, so I was able to sail that pain off. And with my 2 boys, understanding the situation, because they were small. They were
One
just
was
only
10, one was
and
4.5.
But then I think that period of time, what they have gone through, they are able to sail now and go through any kind of situation. Yes.
But being a single parent, you know, was that difficult?
No, I don't think so, because I have seen my mom.
Yeah.
My mom is a single parent, and especially I can tell this because my mom is not educated also.
Yes.
So in that scenario, if she can make us today what I am, like Bhanupriya, Shanthi Priya and Bhanupriya, if she can give us that identity without education, I think I'm having education and being Shanti Priya, I think I can do much better than being a single parent. Yes.
You know, in a way, carrying forward Siddharth Ray's legacy, or, you know, V. Shantaraman's legacy, what was that like for you?
I have very strong, because people usually think, and even the family was like little bit like, she's a daughter-in-law, so kitna bhi ho, daughter-in-law hai. But I stood my grounds very strong. That my mom also asked me, because I have no related from my side, because we are from Chennai. So it was only me and my 2 boys. And it's all here of Siddharth's family and all. So my mom asked, will you be able to, because for us also from there to come here, it will take 4-5 hours. Will you be able to manage? I said, yes, this is my house. I'm not leaving this house and coming back again. Because I'm such a person, whatever I have taken like a challenge for me. I truly believed in that. So if I go back, I felt I've lost something. So I said, no, I can. When you can do, because always I used to tell, when you can do, why can't I do?
Right.
So I said, no, I will. And y'all are there for me for that thing. So yes, it was for me that ground, like, मैं ये घर की बहू है, घर की बहू. I'm very possessive about my surname.
Oh,
so
wow.
yes.
Also, you know, what's been your fondest memory with Siddharth that you cherish till date? I'm sure there must be many.
Lot. Okay, this I would love to share with y'all. Is like, we were seeing each other, and we did this movie called Anda Intakam. Yeah, Anda Intakam. And that time, my sister was going to US for a Tamil Nadu government, Jayalalitha ji's movie for US. And my mom wants me to accompany her. So then I said, okay, I never had any shoot. So I said, okay. So my sister is not aware of anything that I'm in love with him and I'm like having an affair with him or anything. I said, okay, take it, chalo. So I went. And every day, she knows I'm talking to somebody, but she gave me that privacy.
Okay.
Like, take it, chalo, baat kar rahi hai, be careful. Only thing is, whatever you're doing, be careful. She's
Okay.
very that touch me not kind of a girl, you know. So she said, whatever you're doing, be careful. You have to answer Amma. I don't know anything. So this was her thing. So we were, every time he used to call US and any given time, and if I'm home in the hotel, and we used to talk and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And we went for what, 10, 15 days, and we came back. And then I came to know after my marriage, after, I think we went in September, and December I got married. So when I came home here to Siddharth's house, so that is the time I heard that the discussion what we had on the phone, the bill has come almost to 1.5 lakh. The landline, that time we used to have landlines, right? No mobile or anything. I like, what? He said, yes, the bill has come to 1.5 lakh, the ISTD, that's called ISTD. So, itna bar, like that moment is like very cherishing. And even when I was doing movies and when he was in Bombay, we used to write letters. I still have those love letters. So I used to, my hairdresser used to post it, and that used to come, you know, because mom doesn't know anything about it.
But when they got to know, when the families got to know, what was it like?
No, mom agreed. Mom agreed. Only thing, it was like somewhat like an arranged marriage, but then later it has to have been like runaway marriage. Because what happened is mom said, I was just doing beautiful in Hindi. So she said, give some time. You are in Bombay only. You're not coming down south. Because we had our own house. Mom bought house for us here in Bombay. He is from Bombay. So know each other well. So why you all want to rush into marriage, you know? So take some time, give 1-2 years and then go ahead. So that somewhere we were not into it, you know. We like being old school, because even I am little old school and he's old school. Nahi, shaadi kar. Abhi pata hai na 6-7 mahina to ho gaya hai. So it was like that.
His side of the family was also okay.
His side was okay. For our marriage, his family was all there. Only my family was not there. Nobody was there. Only my, the maid who used to be with me in Bombay, she was there. That's all. She was like, Amma, Amma, Amma. She was only telling Amma, if Amma comes to know, I'm dead. If Amma comes to know, I'm dead. That was only her. I like, be calm. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen, you know. So then, yes.
And then I'm sure there's been a beautiful life ahead. And, you know, I know nothing can ever fill that void of, you know, not having your loved one around you. To what extent do you miss him even today?
More than me, I miss him for the boys.
Okay.
Because if it is a girl, girls and girls, because after certain age, the girls prefer the mother company, and the boys after certain age, they prefer the father figure. So I miss for the boys more, because now for me is like, being in this industry has taught me a lot. Because we travel a lot from one location, meet couple of people and go. And for me is like, I'm busy with my work, then I can just go on. You know, when I'm alone, lonely, then that is the time I like think and all. And I don't want to, because by thinking, I don't want him to trouble, like think for him to like, what did I do for her? So wherever he is, just rest in peace. That's all. So be happy. And for me is for my boys, that I feel feel bad for the boys, like, because one is like 29 and one is 24. So I feel bad for them. Like, oh, if you had a father, like your discussion would have been, because he always, when we had both the kids, like for him is like, when I'm in my 60s, I want my boys to be like friends. That's what he always, that's why the reason was the age difference between. So we planned like that, you know, like when I become old, I want my boys, I don't want my sons. I want like my friends to be next to me. So yeah, I miss that all. Yes, a lot.
Also, you know, how is Shanthi Priya as a mother?
That you're asking me. You should ask them, the boys. Yes, I was a very strict mother. I don't want to hide that. Very strict, very possessive about my boys. I wanted to drill a lot of discipline. And being a South Indian, again, whatever I have learned from my mother, I wanted to do that to my boys. and I was trying to do that. But as the age went on, when the boys were growing and the place where I'm living, that was not gelling well.
Okay.
Because my upbringing was from South
Hmm.
and they are from Bombay. So there's a lot vast difference, the thinking, everything.
Yeah.
So I need to even change according to that. And then a couple of times we talk. So as I'm from down South, my upbringing was from South and boys are from Bombay. So that was not gelling well because I was too strict with them. And being a single parent, I had to handle mother and father thing. So there was little between three of us, but the younger one was a little more younger. So the elder one and me were having a lot of tough time. But then gradually, I think with time, he also realized, and I also tried to change myself as this generation gradually. Even now, I'm still learning. They say, no, mom, you should not do that. No, this is not the way that. I said, okay. And one thing in me is I always love to learn. And if I'm wrong, first thing is like, I'm sorry. That's the first thing, because acceptance is main important thing. So these two things are very well in me. So they are happy that mom is able to adjust because their friends come, they chill, and they are very happy. All the friends are like, we are so happy when auntie is around, So they are like chill. They sit, they talk, they go for holiday, then they go sit in the balcony. So all that stuff keeps going on. So I'm like, okay, chill. I've changed.
Do they also plan to come into the industry?
They are in the industry.
Okay.
Both my boys are. The younger one is a screenwriter who's passed out from Whistling Woods. And my elder one is an individual music artist and he models. He's done a couple of designers, ramp walk and everything. And he's done a movie with a movie called Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota. He just wants to experience. Yes. So he's just done 1 or 2 scenes. Yeah, he's like open. Like we all are like given, I would love to tell is like we are multi-talented people.
Wow.
And now he's making his own event and albums and everything.
Also, what is happening for you on the work front now? Like what's coming up? What's happening?
Like I have done this Dharavi Bank for MX Flair and season 2 will be starting soon. And then halfway through we have done with Sarojini Naidu, again the pan-India movie, where is a biopic of Sarojini Naidu. That's halfway is done and 1 schedule is left. And the third thing is, it's a biggest thing which is going to just release by end of this year is a Vetrimaran's movie, Tamil movie. I'm doing that. I've completed. It's just finished post and everything is done. And it'll, by November, December, it should release. Yes.
And so circling back to our conversation, this Shanthi Priya today who's sitting here, who, wants to live for herself now. If she has to write a note to herself, saying, dear me, what would she tell herself?
In which aspect?
Any and every, like a message you want to give to yourself currently at this moment, sitting here with everything, that the journey that's been, the life that's been lived.
Dear me. Wow, lovely, nice start. Dear me. Never too late. Don't look back and repent. Just move ahead. There's a lot in store for you.
Wow, amazing. On that note, thank you so much for removing time and talking to us. It was a lovely conversation.
I'm really very sorry for making it.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.